This was a fine ending for the world's finest assassin. When it comes to animes that end a first season or a part one of a season, it's always a really tricky balance. But the world's finest assassin has separated itself from a lot of different anime this season, not only by having a truly interesting main character, a really awesome plot, and a really cool story driving it forward. It did it all with amazing world building and just a unique take on the isekai genre just in totality. And The World's Finest Assassin has just been one of the delights of 2021. And even in its last episode, it did not disappoint whatsoever, with a beautiful ending that is good enough to be an ending if we never get another part 2 or a season 2. But it also left the door open, just cracked open just enough for a season 2 to be able to come, whether that's, a month, 6 months, a year, or a year and a half, or even more down the road. It left the door open for, that season 2 to be able to sneak in, but it didn't leave us abruptly. It didn't leave us so much hanging that we couldn't be satisfied with this ending. Because personally, from being so invested into the first season of World's Finest Assassin, with it again being one of the highlights of the year, I feel pretty satisfied of the ending of it. So the episode, what it really did is it picked up last week where Lugh went and found Dia. The plan was to pretend that Dia was assassinated and or committed suicide and that she was killed off, then to send Daddy 𝐒𝐿𝐴 out, basically surrendering his land, and Lugh would be able to retain Dia and take her back as she's, quote unquote dead. That was the original plan, but obviously the dude who could potentially be the hero ruined that plan. He came with his hero relic and he basically set the whole entire place ablaze, and he challenged what he thought was Dia, but he ended up challenging Lugh. And the challenge was, if he loses, they leave, they retreat. If he wins, then he'll take Dia, etc., right? So he totally threw a wrench in the plan. Obviously, Lugh uses the knowledge that he had with trying to plan ahead to take on the actual hero later on in life, and he uses that plan now. He's able to kind of outwit this dude a little bit. He's able to do a coin flip. He's able to waste time. And he's able to basically launch a nuke from space and just completely decimate and obliterate this guy. 𝐒𝐿𝐴, his dad 𝐒𝐿𝐴, then takes on the necessary steps to still, kind of flee the land, flee the stuff with his followers, and send Dia over to Lugh. And Dia's able to go with Lugh after he kills the potential hero guy. She's able to go back with Lugh, and the plan is that she's going to become Lugh's little sister, and that's going to be the life that she lives now. So Lugh's going to be able to enjoy his life now with Dia. Then after that, we get the message that the hero has finally appeared in, I think, the Elven Kingdom it is. And Lugh is reconfirmed that the guy he killed, thankfully this time, is not the hero. So he now has the actual hero back on his radar. And that's kind of where we got left off on, is them introducing who the hero was, which is like this blonde, green hair, blonde kid. And that's the little crack, that's the little, crack of the door that was left open for us, is the potential now for when season 2 or part 2, if it, hopefully inevitably, but when it actually comes, if it ever comes, they could pick up right here with like a time jump, or they could show us, progress over the next 2 years with Lugh getting prepared, for the hero, with, them showing us the duality of the hero's antics, taking on the Demon Lord, and then what Lugh's doing on his side. Then we can have more, more of Maha, more of Tarte, more of Dia, more with Lugh, right? So there's so much more that they can do. But regardless, I feel completely satisfied with this ending, that Lugh saved his girl. He was able to take on a dude that could rival a hero's power, and he was able to outwit this guy. So the fact that he was able to do all of these things, and then we're able to feel satisfied, or I'm able to feel satisfied at the end of it, is just a testament to how well written this show was, how well produced and well directed this show was, and I loved every single minute of it. I even loved the stuff that they ended up showing us with the goddess, right? They showed the goddess failing and failing and failing thousands of times, and she's part of this she's essentially like a well-written computer program to try and save the world, as she keeps rerunning cycles and rerunning processes and trying to find the person. And then on this episode, it shows us that she finally landed on Lugh, which is going to be the perfect individual to accomplish what she's been trying to accomplish for seemingly thousands of years at this point, with a bunch of different reincarnations. And it shows us that, in a moment there, it shows us that everything went black. It shows us that the hero ending this kind of ends her cycle too, but it shows that she's able to constantly restart herself too. And then that's when it showed that she landed on Lugh, which is really important for us to know as well. And then her little smirk when Lugh was able to defeat this guy, she was like, I think I found the one. I think that's what the smirk was about, because she knew what Lugh was about to do as well. So again, fantastically written, beautifully directed, makes you invested a lot as like a viewer. It makes you really invested into these characters. And I just think this was one of the highlights, probably top 3 anime this year. For me, if I were to put it, in no particular order: Jobless Reincarnation, So I'm a Spider, So What, World's Finest Assassin. Those are like my top 3 this year. In which one goes where, I don't know, but that's exactly how I feel. But again, I'm just so satisfied at the ending here. I'm satisfied that we got our baby girl Dia, that she's okay. I love that we got this huge fight at the end of the season. I was like, yes, let's get this huge fight. And I love that the door's open for a potential tomorrow. But, I just want to say one last thank you to all you guys for being with me all season long through The World's Finest Assassin. This has been an amazing ride. I've loved every single episode of this, and considering that this came from the creator of Redo Healer, my expectations were so low for this, but my mind was open. I was open-minded here, and thankfully I was, because I think we all got treated and delighted to something that we weren't expecting. And hopefully, with Crunchyroll dubbing this, go, like I said, go watch the dub, go share this out with your friends, go tell people about this anime on socials. But with Crunchyroll dubbing this anime, hopefully it's an indication that it's doing really well, viewership-wise. And I love that Japan and their studios over there are now taking into consideration how well these anime do on streaming services like Bibli, like Crunchyroll, like Funimation, in their other regions. And hopefully the viewership is high wherever this is showing on television over there as well, so that hopefully we get a follow-up, a part 2 of season 2. But if we don't, I feel satisfied. But let me know what your final thoughts are in the comments down below. Tell me your final thoughts of the anime. Let me know if you're satisfied or disappointed in this anime, on the last episode of this anime. Let me know all your thoughts down below. And thank you once again for being with me all season long to enjoy this anime. I appreciate you. It's been a wild ride, and I hope you join me for winter season 2022. If you guys want to know we're watching, we're going to have a video, if not up already, very soon to show you the anime we're going to be covering this season, our top 10. That'll be on my homepage of the YouTube channel. If it's your first time, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys come back for that. And do me the one last favor and leave me a big old like before you leave. My friends, World's Finest Assassin, it's over. Peace out, guys.